Hey, in this video I want to talk about what are goosebumps, why do we get them, and the million-dollar question, can we control them? Before I begin, down below there's this link, and if you click on it, I'm giving away a free video-based guide that gives you a bunch of tips on dietary supplements as well as alternative medicines. Now let me ask you before we get started, do you believe in ghosts? Well, some people do, some people don't. The reality is you can't prove they do exist, and you can't prove they don't exist. So kind of like this mystery. And yesterday I was watching this pretty scary movie. It's called The Other Side of the Door. It wasn't that good, but there was a scene in there where I was watching it, and my entire body just covered in goosebumps, like very, very badly. It was a scene that you knew something very bad was going to happen, and it was almost like a warning. So the million-dollar question is, why in the heck do we get these goosebumps? And well, beneath the outer layer of the skin, we have these very tiny muscles known as arrector pili. Uh, well, when you get cold, they decrease in size, making the skin around them look bigger. The word goosebumps comes from how a bird looks when you remove the feathers. That's where the word goosebumps comes from. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever noticed that, I don't know if you ever have any pet cats or dogs, if they get frightened or terrified or whatever, their hair looks a little bit bigger? Well, yeah, that's because of the goosebumps. It's almost like if you're hiking, if you see some mountain lion or some crazy animal, you're supposed to make yourself look as big as possible. That way, hey, if you mess with me, you're gonna get hurt. Don't mess with me. In fact, I think that's throughout wars. It's all about intimidation and causing fear in the other party. But as a survival mechanism, it could have been used to make us look a little bit bigger. Because if we had hair and our hair grows up in size, it makes us look a little bit bigger and therefore may help us survive. That's a theory on why there's goosebumps. Also, if you're really, really cold and your hair expands a little bit, it could keep you warm and thus possibly could help you, well, not freeze to death. So there's some ideas on why we have goosebumps, but of course nowadays we don't have hair, so they don't really serve any purpose, or do they? I do think there is one purpose that they do serve, and it has to do with that scary movie I saw. I saw some, I saw something, and I knew something bad was going to happen. I got the goosebumps. Bam! It's like intuition. It's like our inner voice talking to us, saying, "Okay, get the hell out of here. This is not good." So I do think it serves a purpose. I'm letting you know that hey, if something bad's going to happen, you should leave. So that is one possible use for goosebumps. I think. What do you think? Well, here's the million-dollar question that you might have been wondering is, can you control goosebumps and can you turn them on and off with will? And if so, how do you do that? And that was a question I asked and I've been wondering. And it turns out some people, just with their thinking, can actually give themselves goosebumps. It's true. Some people can do that. And just with almost like how you think about walking, they could do that by giving themselves goosebumps. And it turns out a hormone causes the goosebumps. Also, they can at will remove the goosebumps, which is pretty cool. So apart from showing off to your friends, you're like, hey, look what I can do, and cool party trick, doesn't really serve much of a purpose. So the question is, how do we do that? That'd be really cool. I want to learn. And well, turns out I've looked all over the place and I've tried a bunch of things. I can't do it. I can't. So I kind of failed in that category. But if you do know how to do that, it's some crazy technique and it worked for you, please share in the comments section below. Anyways, also, like I mentioned before, below there's a link. I'm giving away a free, it's a free video guide. It shares a bunch of really cool tips on supplements. And it turns out that there's some crap out there when it comes to supplements. So I give you this guide, and some things you'll learn in them will be things like 10 signs a supplement should be avoided. I make herbal remedies made very, very simple. I go over alternative medicine in a lot of detail, and I can save you a bunch of money and do great, wonderful things for your health, and other things like what to take for certain medical conditions and a lot more. So if you're a little bit interested in supplements from alternative medicine, I really think you should check it out by clicking on that link below. I'm sure you're gonna like it. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video or you learned something, please hit the thumbs up button, okay? And have a very wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye.